Alrighty. Hello, guys. And yes, I am live. Happy New Year to everyone. It's 2020. Yes, a decade is now over. It has come to a close, and it's the start of a new decade. And yes, what will this decade bring? We don't know. Apart from all the great movies we're going to get, let's hope it's going to be good, along with this upcoming year with some great movies. Well, we can't really say it yet because we've not seen them yet. But anyway, let's start talking about some movies, shall we? What movies I'm looking forward to? My most anticipated films of 2020. Okay. Okay. Yep, I have a list right there. And yes, keep in mind, guys, like I say in every video, this is not a top list. This is my predictions. I mean, not all these movies are I'm gonna fully look forward to. This is just some anticipation that I want to talk about with some of these movies. Not all the movies that are coming out this year because but yeah, mostly ones that I want to talk about. But yes, there's some other movies that we be like, Joseph, why is that not on your list? Whether if it's a sequel to a movie that I've not seen, but I will eventually if I get the time. But I have 16 movies I want to talk about, so yeah, let's dig in with the first one. So the first film we have on the list for most anticipated, we have Bad Boys for Life. So most of you all know the first two Bad Boy movies are directed by Michael Bay. I haven't seen many of his Michael Bay movies. You know, I've watched The Rock with Sean Connery and Nicolas Cage. I've watched most of the Transformer movies except for the new one. But yeah, this movie it looks pretty fun, I will say. But I am actually very curious to see how it turns out to be, and I am probably going to watch Bad Boys before this new one, if I catch it. And yes, not all these movies I will catch. This is just an interest and anticipation on movies that I want to talk about, ones that I'm interested in. So yes, Bad Boys 3 for Life. Yep. Anyways, I don't think it's directed by Michael Bay. I think it's directed by a different director. Let me take a look. Crew. All right. Yeah, it's not directed by Michael Bay, but still, I am interested to see where, how the third Bad Boys film's going to be without Michael Bay, and yeah. All right. Next up, we have is Birds of Prey. Yes, Birds of Prey. Yes, the new DC film in the DCU, or one of them. Now, the DC has become a lot better recently with Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Shazam. Sorry, Shazam. Suicide Squad I used to like, but it's lessened down. But yeah, I might rewatch it someday, but I don't know. There are good things in Suicide Squad, which of course has Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn and Will Smith as Deadshot, another Will Smith movie. But yeah, overall, Suicide Squad is just a mess. But I'm very curious to see where this come from. It doesn't look to be it kind of is a Suicide Squad sequel, but this looks like it's going to be better than Suicide Squad, I think. I don't really. I've seen the trailers, but I don't remember them. But I'm still very curious to see where what they're going to do with Birds of Prey. Okay, next up we have is probably the most controversial film for a while that's going to come out next year. It was delayed to 14th of February on Valentine's Day. And that's one of the biggest video game characters of all time, and that's Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, Sonic I've known for a bit. I mean, I've known most of his games. I mean, I haven't played a lot of his games, but I have played some. I mean, I played ones like the original Sonic game. I've played Sonic Generations. I mean, it's a good record, but I haven't played. Oops, I haven't played a lot of the games. But I'm still very curious to see where they're going to do with Sonic the Hedgehog, because when we first saw Sonic the Hedgehog for this movie, he looked absolute crap. I mean, just what were they thinking? And because the reason why it's delayed is because they wanted to update it, and thank God Sonic the Hedgehog looks much better. This can go either way. It can be awful, it can be good, but I'm very interested to see, because Sonic the Hedgehog was one of the first video game characters I knew, along with Mario. Yes. All right, next up we have is No Time to Die, the next Bond film in the series. And it's the final Bond film with Daniel Craig. You know, Daniel Craig's last time playing Bond. And for those who don't know, guys, I've reviewed the Bond films last year, from Dr. No up to A View to a Kill. Until when No Time to Die comes out, I'm going to review all the Dalton Bond films, the Brosnan Bond films, and the Daniel Craig Bond films, from The Living Daylights to Spectre. So yes, I am going to hopefully work out when I'm going to, because, you know, it's quite a lot of movies, but yeah, I'm going to work out my best. So I really am trying to work out, so what's the best, but I'll keep you guys updated. But I don't know what's happening, because things have been hectic for me in life, but I really do want to review the rest of the Bond films. But yes, I just couldn't review ones that I couldn't, but at the time. But I'm hopefully gonna review some more Bond films and watch them, from Living Daylights up to Spectre, before No Time to Die comes out. No Time to Die looks awesome. It's the first Bond film by Universal Studios, which is crazy. I mean, it looks so great. It looks to be the Mission Impossible Fallout of the Bond films, in my opinion. And I love how it brings all the characters back. And I do have a lot of things I want to say in Spectre for my review, so stay tuned for that. But I don't really have much to say. But yes, No Time to Die, I'm really looking forward to. Very interested to see how it turns out. Next up, we have a film called The New Mutants, which is a film that has been delayed for a while. And yes, I don't really know too much, because I've not seen a trailer yet. I mean, if there has been a trailer, let me know, because I haven't been familiar with The New Mutants. I don't really have much to say, but hopefully there's something good about it. If not, then, you know, it's life. But yeah, I don't really have much to say on that one. But next up is going to be the first of the Phase 4 in the MCU Cinematic Universe, and that's Black Widow. Yes, Black Widow. I'm very interested in Black Widow. Yes, since this is Scarlett Johansson's last time playing Black Widow, this is going to be a prequel movie. This is going to take place between Captain America Civil War and Avengers Infinity War, because, spoiler alert for Avengers Endgame, she dies when she was doing a sacrifice, giving Hawkeye the Soul Stone. And yeah, that's basically it, and this looks like a female Jason Bourne / Mission Impossible, but we will see. We have 2 spy films, which is this and No Time to Die. So this could be a pretty good year for action films. But 2021 particular, because there's Matrix 4 and John Wick 4. And of course, there's Mission Impossible 7 as well. And then 2022, there's going to be Mission Impossible 8. But anyways, back to here. I'm very interested to see where Black Widow turns out to be. And yes, David Harbour's in this, who's been in the new Hellboy film and in Stranger Things. I'm very curious to see what they do. So yes, really looking forward to Black Widow. Next up is another film series which I've been reviewing. I reviewed this film up to the 8th film, and I've also reviewed Hobbs & Shaw last year. And if you couldn't tell, that's Fast and Furious 9. Now, I am actually very curious, since this is the 9th Fast and Furious film in the official series, since Hobbs & Shaw was a spin-off. Hobbs & Shaw was a great dumb fun action film, like films like Commando, 2008's Rambo. I really expected Hobbs & Shaw to be like that, and it was, and that's what I got. But yeah, we haven't gotten a trailer for Fast and Furious 9, but I am very curious to see what they do. And Justin Lin, I believe, is coming back, since he has done Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious, which was the 4th, Fast 5, and Fast and Furious 6. So Fast and Furious 9 is going to be his 5th Fast and Furious film. Don't know too much going on, but I'm very curious to see where that's going to turn out to be. Next up is an interesting one, and that is give me a minute, and that is SpongeBob Sponge on the Run. Yes, I have some friends of mine who are into SpongeBob, and I like SpongeBob too. It's great. It's not my favorite TV show, but as far as cartoon-wise, yes. But I haven't watched a lot of it though. But I have seen the 2004 SpongeBob movie, and I have seen SpongeBob Out of Water, Sponge Out of Water, whatever. So far, I think they're on Netflix at the moment. So yeah, if they're still on Netflix, leading on to the time when this SpongeBob film is going to come out, I'm actually very curious to see where it turns out. I mean, I don't really have much to say. Or in the Pixar films, I'm kind of not really fussed about animated films that much, unless if it has anything to do with my childhood. But yes, I'm kind of sticking to more to adult films, but that's just me. But yes, I would like to watch more animated films. But yes, Sponge on the Run. Very curious to see where that goes out. All right, next up we have the other DCU film, and that is Wonder Woman 1984. Yes, Wonder Woman 1984. Again, this looks to be another DCU film on the right track, as up there with Wonder Woman, Shazam, and Aquaman. Man of Steel was good. I've liked Man of Steel a lot more. I mean, I still don't think it's great, but I definitely liked it more upon not just rewatches, but thoughts. But yes, I'm very looking forward to this Wonder Woman sequel. First Wonder Woman sequel we're getting ever, because we've never had a Wonder Woman before, just a sort of classic TV show, whatever. But anyway, love the golden armor. It's very nice, and yes, I'm very curious, very looking forward to Wonder Woman 1984. Alright, next up, get your calls ready. Ghostbusters Afterlife. Yes, Ghostbusters Afterlife. And thank God this is not containing anything to deal with the female Ghostbusters. But the director, I believe, from the first two Ghostbusters films is being a producer. This has Paul Rudd, Sigourney Weaver, and it also has Bill Murray in it, but he's not the big role. Then there's also Dan Aykroyd. And you don't know how Harold Ramis, unfortunately, is not going to be in there because he's dead now. But I'm actually very curious to see where Afterlife turns out to be, since I am actually going to review the original Ghostbusters movies. I reviewed the 2016 Ghostbusters, or Ghostbusters Answer the Call, which is what the poster calls it. I'm going to review the original Ghostbusters films, hopefully leading up to this new Ghostbusters. And yeah, very curious to see where that's going to turn out. All right, next up. Okay, let me get back to my list. Here we go. All right, next up. You guys probably saw this coming. He's one of the biggest filmmakers of all time. If you couldn't tell, that's Tenet, directed by the one and only Christopher Nolan, who has directed movies such as the following: Memento, Insomnia, The Prestige, Inception, The Dark Knight trilogy, Interstellar, Dunkirk, and yes, I'm really this is not a sequel to Inception. No, it's not. But this looks to be this looks if it's going to be another. This looks to be the inception of the 2020s decade. But hopefully it doesn't rip off Inception. I'm sure it's not going to. But anyway, you know, just seeing the trailer while seeing The Rise of Skywalker, before seeing The Rise of Skywalker, I'm in for Tenet. Don't have much to say other than that. Really looking forward to Tenet. All right, next up we have is the Top Gun sequel. I'm not going to butcher the name, otherwise I'll screw it up. But anyway, so yes, the Top Gun sequel. I mean, we've had some Tom Cruise sequels, like, of course, the Mission Impossible film series. We've had Jack Reacher, Never Go Back. And now we're getting a third Tom Cruise film series, Top Gun. I never surprisingly thought a Top Gun sequel would be made. Whenever I first heard about it, I'm like, But then I saw the trailers and I'm like, ooh, this actually could be pretty good. But yes, let's hope it doesn't end like Independence Day Resurgence, because I don't think it will anyway. But again, don't have much to say. Really looking forward to that one. Next up is The Kingsman. Yes, The Kingsman, which is the third and prequel to the Kingsman films, The Secret Service and The Golden Circle. And I'm hopefully going to review the Kingsman movies leading up to this. So yes, I really would like to. And yes, I'm actually very curious because, you know, you got Ralph Fiennes in here. And who else is in this? Yes, and Aaron Taylor Johnson, you know, who plays Quicksilver in Age of Ultron and Kick-Ass. But yes, I am very curious to see where the Kingsman's turn is going to turn out to be. And yes, Matthew Vaughn, I believe, is coming back And yeah, very curious in that one. All right, next up we have is the Eternals. Yes, the Eternals is the other MCU movie that's going to come out this year. There are two MCU movies that are coming out this year. Well, hold on a minute. Sorry, guys. Give me one moment. There we go. All right. Yes, the Eternals has Angelina Jolie. Sorry if I butchered her name. You know, she was in the Lara Croft films, the original Lara Croft films. Honestly, I'm not actually familiar with this. I mean, this sounds interesting, the Eternals. But yes, we have not got a trailer yet. Don't really have much to say, but I'm very curious to see what the Eternals is going to offer us. All right, next up we have is Godzilla versus King Kong. Yes, Godzilla versus King Kong. Now, this is the fourth MonsterVerse film. You know, we've had Godzilla, Kong Skull Island, and Godzilla King of the Monsters, which I've not seen, but I have all three of the Blu-rays on the previous MonsterVerse films, so I'm definitely going to re-watch those. I'm hopefully going to review the Godzilla films because I have done a review on Kong Skull Island, but I am probably going to rewatch that still anyway. But hopefully I will review the Godzilla films leading up to that. And yeah. All right, the final film on the list, and that is Dune. Yeah, Dune. Dune, the new Denis Villeneuve film, who's known for directing Prisoners, Sicario, Arrival, and Blade Runner 2049. So, and yes, I would like to review Blade Runner 2049 because I unfortunately did not review it in 2017, which is a bomber, but oh well. Speaking of that, it bombed at the box office. Thanks, Planet. Anyways, it's based on a science fiction novel, I think, but I'm very curious to see where that turns out to be. And yes, so there you have it, guys. That was my most anticipated list for my most anticipated movies on 2020. So comment down below, let me know what are your most anticipated movies for 2020, and comment down below, let me know what movies are you looking forward to this upcoming decade. I mean, so far for what I've heard, so far I'm looking forward to movies until 2022 because there's going to be a lot of good stuff, especially with superhero stuff, and especially Mission Impossible 7 and 8 are going to be filmed back to back. But let me know below in the comments what I just asked, and I definitely looking forward to 2020. Looking forward to discuss movies with you guys, and yeah, as always, comment, like, subscribe, and notify the bell before you leave, and please share the video. And all of my social media links will be in the description below. And as always, folks, until my next video, I shall see you all then, and I love you all 3000. Take care, folks. Have a great day.